what's up? We have got 1 week left of December and my food budget is completely empty. Now normally I would just go over budget, but I decided to take this opportunity to start emptying out my pantry that has somehow become full. Now, if you are in a similar situation, let me share with you my favorite way of saving money on food. Of course, I am talking about shelf cooking, which is really just a cute way of saying cooking with the food you have at your home already. Now, typically when people talk about shelf cooking, they mean to use up the food that you have at home and then use grocery shopping to supplement what you already have. And you can absolutely do that. However, we all know I like to go a little extreme, so I'm not going to go grocery shopping this week. Instead, I'm going to plan a full week's worth of meals using only the food that I have at home. Can I do it? Well, I do have a lot of food at home, so I think my odds are pretty good. So first up is in the kitchen. I've got my notepad and my pencil, everything that you need to take inventory of what you have, because if you don't know what you have, then how can you plan meals around it? Now, since we are trying not to go to the store this week, I am going to take inventory of my pantry, my fridge, and my freezer to see what in there is mine, what food do I have, and then we will start putting the pieces together and figuring out what meals I can create from them. Future Stephanie here. Normally when I am talking about shelf cooking or anything related to a challenge or, you know, going grocery shopping, anything like that, I like to take inventory and then I like to plan my meals in advance. And I did this. And then day one, I decided to completely just not look at any of the meals that I had planned and completely wing it by looking in my fridge and my pantry on that day whenever I was hungry and just make food then and there. So that's what I did. I filmed that, I edited it, and then I looked at the entire thing together and I was like, I gotta just come on here for a second and just make things cohesive. Enjoy the rest of the video. Hey guys, welcome to day one. It is Monday, it is the first day of the week, and I am hungry, of course, because I'm always hungry, and I'm really craving pizza. But instead of ordering pizza, I'm going to make something in my kitchen. Now, did I look to see what my meal plan was? No, I did not. But that's okay, because I'm just gonna see what we have. I'm going to make some microwavable mac and cheese. Yum, doesn't that sound great? And I'm probably going to put some shredded cheese with this, as well as some milk, because I've got milk that is expiring soon and I don't have any cereal, so I need to put it in something. Look at that. Look at that. That looks like soup. Super runny. Should I drain it? It says not to, but like, I don't know. I'm going to. Okay, so that looks much more desirable. I think I'm gonna leave it there. And that is on meal one. So I'm hungry. I'm going to get some food, and instead of making breakfast food because I don't want eggs or oatmeal, I'm gonna make some nachos, and it's gonna be delicious. Yum! I'm also trying to be a little bit quiet because all of my roommates are asleep because it's early in the morning. For nachos, we've got the chips, we've got the cheddar cheese, And we've got the refried beans mixed with chunky salsa. Everything you need for super simple nachos. Good morning, guys. It is bright and early today and I just got home from work and I'm going to heat up some food. So something that I didn't really talk about that I think now is a good time to discuss. So one thing that I am really trying to do this week is work on getting rid of the things that are about to go bad or that I'm afraid will go bad. So last week I made vegetable soup and homemade bread, and I really need to get this eaten before it goes bad. Actually, the bread I ended up putting in the fridge so that it would last longer, but I'm definitely trying to get this eaten so that I'm not worried about it going bad. So that's what I'm gonna have today for my first meal of the day. Normally I like breakfast foods first thing, but since I've been up for the last 8 hours, I feel like having something warm, and soup just seems really good right now. Good morning, everyone. Today is Sunday. It is the last day of the challenge, and you know, I started this week off strong with the recordings, and I was really just doing what I needed to do to make sure that you guys saw what I was eating. Yeah, I haven't filmed since Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere around there, so it's been a couple of days. Today is Sunday. Today is the last day of the challenge and I'm hungry. I'm gonna get some breakfast, and I don't think I've shown like a proper breakfast this entire week because I've always shown breakfast times but never breakfast foods. But today we really need to make a dent in the eggs and the cheese and the toast. So that's what we're gonna do. So to finish this challenge off, I'm going to have some eggs with some cheese, some bread, toasted of course, and then some jam, which I really need to finish off before it goes bad. Actually, all of this I need to finish off before it goes bad. Okay, so now that the challenge has officially come to an end, how did it go? Well, there were definitely a couple of struggles. The first one, I ended up eating out twice this week. Now, my justification for it was that I never really defined if I could eat out or not. I didn't really talk about eating out at all when I started this challenge. And so since my focus was on groceries, I figured, well, I could eat out. Whether or not that's true or not is up to interpretation. If I were to do this again, I would definitely create some boundaries with that, because whether I defined it or not, I spent money on food. So if this was a challenge purely for groceries, then great, I'm in the clear. But if this was a challenge for how much money I spend on food in general, then this was not a success. And I don't know because I never defined it. Now, at the end of this challenge, I did still have a lot of food left in my pantry and in my freezer, which is to be expected because I only did this for a week. Now, I probably have enough food to last me a month, so I'm gonna have to be really cautious and mindful about what I get at the grocery store so that I can start to use up the food that I've already spent money on. So now let's talk about the victories. I successfully spent $0 at the grocery store, which means that I saved around $30 to $40 this month, which is amazing. You know I love to save money. Now, even though I didn't use up all of my food, I definitely made a dent. My fridge is almost completely bare, which is great. My pantry is pretty full, but you can definitely see progress with it. And my freezer, same as the pantry. It's still pretty full, but you can definitely see some progress with it. So that is great. I love that. In the end, I feel like I would absolutely do this challenge again. Like I said before, there is still so much left in my pantry that I could probably do this for another month. And it wasn't as much of a challenge as I thought it would be because I did have quite a lot of food in my pantry. So now that I've completed this challenge, I challenge you to do the same. Try just for 1 week to see if you can use up some of the food in your pantry, fridge, and freezer, and try not to go to the grocery store for 1 week. Now, of course, my situation is probably different from yours. I was only in charge of feeding myself. I have no spouse, I have no kids, I have no pets. I was literally only in charge of feeding myself, so of course it may be a little bit different for you depending on your situation, but give it a try. At least sit down and figure out what you have and try to use more of what you have instead of going to the grocery store for literally everything. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I will see you in the next video. Bye! Put people in the video unless they say, hey, you can put me in the video. Aww. I wish I'd gotten that on camera.
I kind of wish you had too.
That's so sad. I've got another one, so it's like, okay.
That's a fail.
Sleep in a mess.
Well, you're also...